Yeah, you're good.
Hey guys, it's Julia here, and today we're doing a MAPP Live Weekly.
Look at me.
Join the stream. There's 0 watching.
They knew you were going to be there. They said, hell's nah. No, it takes a minute. It takes a minute for people to start watching. All right, take a hike. Make sure you go eat. Where's my charger?
You all agree also. Since no one's watching, I'm just gonna watch me play.
Get out of here. Get. No, seriously, eat. Welcome to MAPP Presents. Hold on. I gotta plug in the headphones. Because it's the only way I can make sure the audio is proper with this new mic. Okay, and it sounds good. Welcome to MAPP Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and this is MAPP Live Weekly. Our main topic tonight is Fear the Walking Dead, Season 4, Episode 10. Hold on. It says something's wrong with the live stream. It says no one's in here, but I got comments.
I have a question.
What's your question, buddy?
Why do all the people come on live stream when you are on? And not
Oh, okay,
me?
it's starting. No, there's something wrong with the YouTube counter. It's not showing. Or they just don't like you, okay?
There's 8 people
Truth
watching.
hurts. Yeah, which is
And there was
weird.
0 when I was doing the intro.
No, something's up with the counter, because usually there's like 200 people at once. All right, now eat and hush and do that. All right, so I'm waiting a minute. I'm not just like ignoring you guys. I'm waiting a minute for more people to come in. Usually it's like, you know, at least 100, 200 people right from the rip. But it was saying there was no one in here, and I see comments, so something's up with YouTube. Yeah, and then it just jumped up.
By the way, you guys are not lucky to be on the stream because I'm going to be showing my weird face today.
Yeah, you're weird.
It's the only time I'll be weird.
If you don't eat.
Oh, I'm eating.
You brought your food into my office?
Wait.
Bro.
You can't do anything.
All right, so we got a few people in here. The counter is still whacked on my end, so I'll just chalk that up to YouTube. Maybe they changed something and the counter, you know, adjusts every like couple minutes or something. But yeah, serious face now, Gillette, because I'm going to jump into the review. If you're new here, I'm going to knock the BS off, jump right into the review. You could do weird later. Jump right into the review for 10 to 15 minutes, and then after that, we'll go into the fan feedback. It's a little more, Sunday nights is a little more laid back. The right to it part is that live review. So if you don't want to stick around for just chit-chatting, that's afterwards. And the first comment I saw, can your daughter do the default Fortnite dance? No. The first, she can't. It's too technical. That's it. The episode. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people say it was terrible, it was horrendous. This is what I wrote down for the episode. Waste of... Oh, you guys can't even see that. Yeah, you can't see that. The lights are too bright. Waste of time. It was a waste of time. And here's the thing, too. There's some of it that I just... What did I write down? I get it. I just don't feel it. No, Come here right now. I want 10 minutes of knocking your shit off. No, I'm not kidding. Get over here and eat.
Why are you laughing and you are
I like confusing you. I'm not kidding though. I want you to eat. Then you can goof around. But eat.
watch me eat.
Let's kick this off with the Alicia, the rain, the kills, the family. I did like that start. I like that start in the preview where it showed the zombies got thrown down on the ground, and then it transitioned to a family shot of the family, family photo. The sounds of the hammer. Go back and watch that. Maybe that was my TV, but it was like this. It was like the hammer's going boom, 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 and the sounds were like. It was so off. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Just a little nitpick, which it's not a nitpick. It's if you can't even get the sounds of a hammer going bang, 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 something's off. But the sound there, and I'll chalk that up to maybe it was just my TV. Or you know what I mean? Reception-wise, I don't know. The bird in the fireplace, I also wrote down a little suggestion. It should have been written differently. The bird in the fireplace was supposed to represent, remember how the girl wrote down the name of the bird because I'm going to kick your ass. What did I say about soda at nighttime?
It's not technically soda, it's root beer. You call it by its name, fam.
That is soda, fam.
But it's root beer too.
The bird was supposed to represent, I'm not going to cover all of that. I'm going to assume you guys watched it and know what I mean. But the bird was a bird that she healed back to life and yada yada. It never gave up on the bird and all that. And that was the whole idea. When the bird fell down in the fireplace, I was like, well, that was an absolute waste because I get the punch of it. But the bird should have been Alicia wanting to kill Charlie, conning her, trying to con her out of coming out of the room to kill Charlie, something along that lines. And then the bird fell, and it was like a shock to her system, you know, and she remembered her mother and the bird and everything she's gone through, and that snapped her out of it. And clinging on to that one moment from that point on, it should have been the change in Alicia, I feel, as a viewer. And that should have been why she didn't go through with it, and she had a change of attitude and perspective about it. I really feel like they dropped the ball on that bird moment, and I do feel that way. They did that because of the forced writing, or writers have a habit of forcing themselves into a writing, into how they write it because they needed the girl to be contemplating suicide and stuff. So I think in that way they could have just polished it up. And this BS episode doesn't deserve any of your time. Ronnie, just chat. That's funny. We are going to burn through this because this episode, guys, I'm not going to lie. Once we get out of this episode review, I'm going to lighten up a bit. But it was pretty frustrating, man. What else was there? Okay, so the bird and the thing. I'm reading. Most of you don't seem too pleased with this episode. I'm trying to find somebody who's positive about this episode. Wait, I love this episode. It gave it that old Walking Dead vibe from Candy. So we do have some people who enjoyed it. And I am mixed on it. There are moments, like I do generally like watching them survive. This is what we tune in for, watching them survive in a zombie apocalypse and in this world. However, some of it just felt like it wasn't going anywhere. Even though we were watching them survive through this storm, it just felt like a tire in the mud, just not going anywhere. I like the little things, though. The mason jar with the pictures in it, I like that. The coincidence of the walker, I thought that was a little heavy-handed. We didn't need the dialogue with that. She should have just been like, hey, look, and then she shines the light and we can see the stick, you know, the tree branch going through the walker. I thought that would have been sufficient. Saying the walker saved us just felt a little bit much. The basement scene, I'm going backwards with that, but the basement scene, I get the intensity, and some of it was working with me on some level, and I think maybe I'll like that scene a little more if I rewatch it. However, as a whole, it didn't suck me in enough to keep me in that moment between her and Charlie. And the car scene was sweet, but also I get it, but it just didn't do anything for me. Some of it did feel a tad rushed, how she was explaining. And this is what I mean by maybe it needed another polish. Maybe if the episode opened with a description of a beach, and we're like, wait, what? And somehow they played that theme through the episode, and then at the end it circled around to how she was slowly describing the beach, somehow, again, polished up. And then it hit us like the kids crying or starting to cry, and then she said, you know, I could see them, I could see my family, because for the longest time she can only see them as the monsters they've become, as the zombies. And again, that's what I'm mixed on. There's parts I really do like, and then there's parts where I'm like, oh, it just didn't hit for me. Someone said both actors did a tremendous job. I will agree to that. Even the little kid. Listen, little kids usually annoy the shit out of you. I think the little kid, the character herself, because of killing a character that a lot of people liked. Yeah, you know, right off the bat, you write her off. But she didn't annoy me like most child actors do. So I do give them the credit. I think as far as acting, there was not much that's jumped out at me and said, oh, you know. Um, Alicia at the end annoyed me when she said, "Oh, they're gone." Like, that's it. You guys survived the storm, but you just gave up on your people like that. It was like nothing. Oh, they're gone. Don't even, you know. That did bother me somewhat. And then the split storytelling. Listen, guys, and I think this is what frustrated me the most. I'm just plain sick of it. Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. I am just downright plain sick of the split storytelling. Some people call it bottle episodes. I think the split storytelling is a little more, because bottle episodes is there's specific things that need to happen for that to link up. But there's split and then there's blended. The split episodes is where you split characters and then you just showcase one or two or three characters. And then the blended episodes are where you bounce back and forth, even if they're not in the same locations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, someone said the Walker thing was too much. So I think that weighed heavy on me, knowing pretty much early on that this was an episode dedicated to just Charlie and Alicia. I found myself wanting to do other things. I was researching. I got a couple videos in the pipeline. One is called Bob the Brain. I don't have like a catchy title, but it's a character video, and it's about Bob from Stranger Things. And I found myself doing research for that. I have a MAPP binder of the videos that we're getting to in the future, and every time something hits me to, oh my god, yeah, because I don't want to be like, okay, I'll wait and do that video later because something hit me. Oh, I remember that scene in Stranger Things. I want to get this info down. So I found myself working on other projects while I'm trying to watch Fear the Walking Dead, and it just wasn't sucking me in. Where are the Oblivion song reviews? They're coming up probably sooner than you think. I'm probably going to look at when the new issue is coming out, and we're going to cover issues 1 through 5. I have them, and we're going to do them kind of like how I did with the Doomsday Kingdom. For those who don't know, I did a commentary for the writer commentary, and then I'm getting with the artist, and we're going to do a... What are you doing? We're going to do a art commentary about the first issue, so... Oblivion song. So that'll probably be out. There was a video I want to do before we get into the next videos that are coming out, starting to get lag. I was going to post that today, but I'm going to hold that off until... Honey, what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm messing around because I can't find the phone.
What phone?
Your phone.
Oh, it's... Oh, jeez. I didn't even know I put it there. No YouTube. And...
No, God.
The stream is buffering. Yeah. Die reviews? Probably not. Probably not. You know what? Issue 1 didn't really do it for me, you know. Let me check out some of that. We're done with the episode review in a nutshell. Some of it I get where they were going. You know what I mean? I get it. It just didn't work for me. As far as a whole, I think there's just too much I'm getting burnt out with. Zombies and surviving, I can watch that all the time. But having every moment, every conversation, every sentence, every look has to be this deep philosophical horse shit. I'm getting sick of it. You know how awesome it was in the day watching, you know, people just survive in the zombie apocalypse, and then something poetic and philosophical just hit you in the gut and you were like, wow, that was deep. Well, it was like somebody is like, everything in the world of The Walking Dead needs to be that. Every sentence, every look, every fart, every zombie kill, it has to have this deep, like, the world, I don't know. It's like they got their head up their own ass. And it's just, some of it's just pretentious and some of it's just ridiculous. I don't know. I didn't like the episode that much. I have a feeling I'm going to like more of it when I rewatch it, when I, you know, pull myself away from it somewhat. But someone said shirt and hat combo wants to make me say they're here. I don't know what that means. Oh, hey, look it. There's I call this a grandpa hat. I found it at Target because I got so many pins, and I was thinking about putting them to my book bag with all my binders and my screenwriting stuff, right? And the video is blurry. I don't know how to, let me see. If we got a little blur, I am... We might have to rock that out a little bit. I don't know why it would be blurry. The settings are all on point as far as the... Yeah, the settings are on point as far as maybe I need different lighting. I don't know, to be honest. This camera pisses me off. I see... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about a lot. It's not blurry. No, at times it gets blurry because with this camera, there's no automatic zoom for the focus. Because if I put it on automatic, every time I move, it's going to go blurry to focus, to blurry to focus. That's what it does automatically. So what you do is, I say like this distance, you put the auto, so every time on this distance, it's in focus. And then sometimes it's like crystal clear. And then I go to watch it back when you do the settings, and some moments are blurry. Yeah, and I don't get it because this isn't, this isn't like a bullshit camera. This is a 1080 high def, almost the highest quality webcam you can get. Juliet, don't do that. You look like you're snapping your neck, for the love of God.
I'm not.
Might be internet speed. Internet speed could have something to do with it. We have something going on in this community where they came in, and I'm only mentioning this because I think this is weird, and maybe you guys out there could help me out. I've never been through this. There's stuff I go through in North Carolina that we didn't have up north, and it's I don't know. It pisses me off, to be honest. We moved in this community. I don't like the communities down south, or the idea of the communities down south, because up north you just get a, half a double or a duplex or whatever you want to call them. You live in like a house. It's sectioned off, but it's a real house or apartments. In this, you got communities, and in the communities, they force you to pay for things like garbage. Even though you do your own garbage, you got to pay for it anyway. But anyway, the internet is one thing where they said, oh, it's included in your rent now. So they have the Spectrum come. You can't even pick your own internet. They have them come, and they come in your house and they drill a hole in your wall, and they put this plastic box in the wall, and then they install all their own like modems and shit like this. So when you move in, it's supposed to be like internet ready now, or future proof, however they're calling it. So you have this vent, and it has a big hole in the vent, and you just put your wire through the vent that's in the wall and connect directly to the internet. And when you connect your phone, like let's say I take my phone, connect it to the Wi-Fi, if I go up the block, I can bounce my Wi-Fi off of every other neighbor, which doesn't make any damn sense. Not to me, because I'm thinking, well, doesn't that slow it down? Like, that's why I said, give me the biggest package you got, and yada, 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 because if Joe Blow over here doesn't care and he's got some bullshit internet, and then I'm over here thinking, okay, give me the best you got, why are we constantly having internet issues? I just don't get it, you know what I mean? And when you try to contact them, we got to run around because, oh, no, you need to have this internet, you can't have that internet, and yada, yada, yada. It's ridiculous. I called the internet company, and they were like, oh, no, take that up with who you're renting, because they got a bulk package deal where the whole community is bought into this internet. I'm like, I don't want that. Just let me do my own internet. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. But if anyone out there knows a little what I'm talking about, let me know what the hell that's all about. I don't understand it, because they're giving us till tomorrow to shut our internet off and connect to the community internet, which I don't want to. I want my own internet. I want it to be as the best internet as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want this shit crashing all the time like it is now and just messing up. Let me read some of these comments. We have a couple super chats in from Dylan Voorhees with a $6 donation to the channel. Massive thank you. The donations help in a huge way. Dylan Voorhees says, just finished issue 1 of Doomsday Kingdom, and I loved it, bro. Post office placed it on my car, and it got lost 3 blocks down. But I got it. Loved it. Oh, my God. Your post office put it on the car? Why? That's insane. Okay. Yeah, that's insane. Thank you very much for the support, and I appreciate the support on the comic as well. And for anyone new, if we posted the commentary for my comic Doomsday Kingdom, and it's the first issue. I talk about most of the writing process, and then we put up new stock of some of the issue. We put up limited stock just so we don't have someone buy up, 50 orders at once and I can't ship them all in a day. You know what I mean? So we're putting up limited stock once a week just to keep up with the sales and stuff. So keep checking. And every Saturday, we're going to have a mini update video from now until there's no, updates to make. Dude, guys, with a $5 donation, thank you very much for the support. I've enjoyed this season, but when Althea, Al, I don't know, I'm looking at that name like, who is that? Al, yesterday was yesterday, but today is today. I was like, Gimple, Gimple. That's another part of what I was saying. I wish they would just stop acting like everything is poetic and deep and philosophical. That should come around once in a while, because then when you got everything that's deep and this and this and this, it gets a bit much, to be honest. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. Whoever said that you think it's an internet thing, why it's blurry, I think you're right, because I just looked up the live stream on YouTube, and it's blurry. You're on my end. It's off and on. You're damn right about that. When I look at the OBS, what I'm directly recording to, it looks 10 times better. It's better over here than over there. So it's got to be the internet. What else we got? Q&A from Derek Patterson. Was this similar in your mind to Carol and the Girls on the Road? Only the fact of, being away and being a split episode, and Charlie's a kid and Lizzie and them. Only those minor things it's similar, but as far as how I felt about it and the vibe and all that, no, not really. I actually really enjoyed it. You're talking about The Grove, I believe that's called. I actually really enjoyed that one. Who here, real quick, who here believes the Fear the Walking Dead is losing a little bit of oomph? Because I see more and more people talking about that. How they came in, they did like a soft reboot, and some fans are loving it, but there's a lot of fans who are saying, no, you changed all the main characters. We're out of here. You guys let me know. Like, I keep seeing those comments every now and then. Someone said it's getting old. I'm assuming you're talking about the deep philosophical shit. Ronnie, are you watching Better Call Saul this year? No. I'm gonna binge it. James W. said, I was put to sleep by tonight's episode. Lionel Watson, what do you think of the color? Someone said it looks like, and it's fading and losing color. Thoughts? What do you think of the color? The color? I'm assuming you're talking about like how Fear the Walking Dead looks. And I did say previously that I think they're fading it out way too much, especially when they were doing the flashbacks. I think it was the present day was so faded out and the flashbacks were so bright, right? That's how it was. And I get what they're going for, but it was so much so that a lot of it looked like it was in black and white. Jay Morris, the review guy, said, I personally really enjoyed this episode. I felt like a lot of the dialogue was good, and for once I actually liked Alicia, and this definitely made me like Charlie more. I felt it was too poetic. I felt it wasn't too poetic. Oh, there you go. We got a positive review. Some of that, too, like an Alicia in this episode, she didn't annoy me. You know what I mean? Even Charlie. Charlie didn't bother me at all. The whole of it, just for some reason, it wasn't working. Amber Gray said, is Morgan going back to The Walking Dead? I think he is, eventually. Ronnie, how many gigabytes of RAM do you have on the computer? I believe there's 16 gigabytes on this computer. It's not blurry. Did it annoy you? Which 16 should, correct me if I'm wrong, but that should be damn well enough to do what I'm doing and not be the problem. It's got to be that internet. Because keep in mind, this computer doesn't skip a beat. You know what I'm saying? It might take a little bit of time to render some high def stuff. Yeah, sure. Uploading, I noticed. I used to upload videos, high def videos, in 13 minutes. when they came and installed that new bullshit in the wall, that different internet, it takes me, for a 15-minute video, it's taken 2, 3, 4 hours sometimes to get it uploaded, which is a little fishy. Dr. Smarty Pants, did it annoy you when Alicia yelled at Charlie about the coat? Hoo-ha. Yeah, it didn't really annoy me. Dude, I think certain moments in this episode were pretty powerful, man. And that's the thing. There's some of it that I get it. I get what they're going for. And I get the intensity of it. And I get how powerful the moments are. But again, for me, it didn't work. It didn't get me, you know? And again, that might be a collection of everything as a whole. Individual scenes that are powerful just didn't do it for me. For a quick example, the Stranger Things, for a quick example, you can take 11 showing up at the snowball dance, or whatever the hell it was called. The, it's a snowball dance, I think, right? The snow dome, something like that. Her just showing up, like, to the dance. That's something where it's like, okay, she just showed up. Hey, hoorah, you know? But that's something that was mentioned in season 1, towards the end of season 1. And then you have all that stuff going on. So then by the time that happens now, there's so much more weight to that one thing. Just the fact that they're there. You know what I mean? Same thing with this. You have powerful moments, but the build up to it didn't hook me to where when we got to the powerful moments, it wasn't like, oh, you know what I mean? It just sucks some of the enjoyment out of it. It wasn't the best, but powerful at times. B-Wolf said, it's not blurry, I just changed video quality on my end. Yeah, that's definitely something. You can automatically change your video quality if it is. What about your hair? Look at that face. Look at your face. Oh my God. That's a face only a father can love. I like the episode. Just a few continuity things with the storm bugged me. The wicker furniture outside must have been bolted down. Oh my God. There was wicker furniture. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even pay attention to that. But you're right. Unless that was like cast iron in the middle of the wicker, that should have blown away.
My teeth are finally white.
Honey, I really wish you can go get me a drink. My throat's getting dry.
My teeth are finally white.
Yeah. Finally. It took 7 years of beating you so you'd brush your teeth. Here's the thing.
I don't think I'll need bottom braces.
Honey, you're going to need braces, period.
Look at my bottom teeth.
We're going to discuss this later. No, your bottom teeth are actually straight. They're actually incredibly straight. Just your top teeth.
Look at these.
Please no. Oh, wait, I was about to say something. See, that's why I don't want you interrupting me. I was about to say something very important. Now I don't know what I was talking about.
That's what a devil's for.
Oh, my God.
I have no halo.
Cringe.
I have horns.
That's what I was going to say. You talked about the wicker. I don't know why I got so excited. You talked about the wicker chairs not blown away. Well, I did say in the one video, I said, oh, I do like how you have the zombies blown away and shit like that. But if you think about it, and I haven't been around a lot of like hurricanes and shit like that, but I remember one time we watched the news presenter guy, and his like clothes and his face was just rumbling with the wind and shit like that. And then you can see when something gets blown behind him, you can see he's kind of like he can't even stand firm. You know what I'm saying? So when you're watching the zombies and they're all eating whatever was in the middle of the street, and then one zombie just gets blown away. But his clothes, the other zombies' clothes, aren't blowing away that much. The trees aren't even blowing. It's just random items. So when I said, oh yeah, some of it looks cool, when you rewatch some of those moments now, especially when I rewatched the episode, I saw some comments and I wanted to double check. Yeah, it does look mad out of place because everything would be just going crazy, you know, and it's not. It's just those select zombies that get thrown around. Jay Morris said, oh wait, I already read that.
I wish there was a scene where like a zombie was running towards the deer like, come to me, and then they just get blown away. That would be a funny series. That would be a funny part. No? Okay.
No.
Well, isn't that funny? Like he's running for the deer and then he just gets blown away.
This felt like Fear's version of Daryl and Beth episode that was so god-awful and boring. I don't know. That's a tricky one. I'd have to go back and rewatch that because, yeah, I did not like that episode either. Just the idea of that episode, it was just, no. I'm good. We got a $5 donation from Dude Guys. Thank you very much for the support. He says, I wish I could say I miss Nick. I only wanted his story to go because he was interesting, like the Joker or Walter White. I don't think Nick was. I agree, but this... Jesus, hiccups. I agree but disagree. I don't think he was anywhere near as interesting, in my opinion, for me as a viewer, as the Joker or Walter White. But... because they did stuff with that character that made me just really not like him. But I will say that his charisma as an actor, somebody said I use that word a lot, but for acting, hey, calm down now. For acting, that is extremely important. I mean, that is so very important. Not just your charisma in person, but also your charisma, that bleeds into the screen. Because there's a difference. You can have charisma in person and have no on-screen presence. Juliet, I'm not kidding. Chill. We're going to drive the neighbors nuts. Calm it down. It is late.
We'll just say we're live streaming.
No. And you can have the on-screen presence and then off-screen. Oh, jeez. I forgot what I was talking about. I forgot where I was. But you guys get what I'm saying. If you don't have any screen presence, no matter how much charisma you got in person. And I think the really good actors are the people that have charisma in person and charisma on screen. So... and he might have that. I don't know. I've never met him in person, but he does have charisma on screen, on camera. So I think that's why a lot of people, even me, when I hated what they did with his character, I still wanted to be rooting for him. I still wanted them to redeem him. Him leaving his family and just the way he talked and then how he acted to a community he didn't even know. It was just contradictory, and I was like, what? Let's see what else we got. I'm not truly enjoying Fear. Mark Grant said, I'm truly enjoying Fear the Walking Dead this season, and I think they did a decent job with the storm. Yes, I would have liked more, but you can only do so much with so much money and time. Yeah, and here's the thing. I'll definitely agree to that, but when we have these discussions, we can't just simply say, oh, you know what? They only have so much money, because then we honestly wouldn't have anything to talk about. So on one hand, yeah, I definitely agree with you. But on the other hand, yeah, we're here to discuss it. So yeah, we have to pick apart the things that stood out as like, that was cool, but why weren't his clothes blown in the wind? You know what I'm saying? But I definitely take that into consideration, how much money they have. Like when I'm watching Stranger Things, I brought it up again. I just started watching it again for more video projects I got coming out. And as much as I enjoy that show, there's some CGI that just doesn't work, And I don't sit there and go, oh, man. I'll point it out. I will discuss it all day, every day. I won't deny it. It exists. It's there. And, however, because of how enjoying it is, how much I enjoyed it, I don't let it ruin it. Same thing with Fear. If you truly did like this episode, even though we discussed there's problems with the storm, the wicker chair's continuity, you could still enjoy it. You know what I mean? Don't let that. Why is this still on the screen? Don't take that as just because we're talking about some of the negative aspects right now. We all have to immediately not like the episode. Richard Joseph said, "Is Buffalo Wild Wings any good? I have a $20 gift card for there. If you like earning your meat, then go ahead. I hate chicken wings. So much work. You get so dirty, and there's only a little bit of chicken on them." Charm Anders asked if Juliet is old enough to watch The Walking Dead yet. They toned down the violence. She's in that transition stage where I let her look at some of it now. even some zombies and stuff like that. But we wouldn't sit down to watch the whole series, not yet. You know, for me, it's a transitional thing. She still gets scared and cries and goes, "Oh, Daddy, I'm so scared," and stuff like that. She's still a big sissy baby. So, no. What else we got? Would you need hazard pay to watch this episode again? Yo, you would need hazard pay to watch this. Yeah, you probably would. Same. Hopefully.
I survived a ligma.
Oh, that was a joke comment anyway. What else we got? Ronnie has never answered a question of mine. Is it because of my political views? Yeah. No, I don't give a shit about politics. If you're asking stuff about politics, I probably ignore it because there's no purpose of politics on this channel whatsoever. We're here for entertainment. You want to talk about politics, go somewhere else. But yeah, I purposefully skip a lot of your questions because you just ask ridiculous stuff. It's clear you're seeking attention, so I'll let you know now. I mean, you have my attention now, and I'll be honest with you. You just ask stupid shit, you know? And if you ask something good, I'll definitely bite at it. But yeah, you just.
Someone sent you a $10 donation.
I know, we're gonna read that in a second. It's it's just too much. It's too much. Like you're just really bursting for attention. It's just too much. If you toned it down a bit, ask a ridiculous question here, there, and then boom, like a legit one that helps with what we're talking about. I'll conversate with you more. But if you just ask something like, why wasn't I born with 2 left feet? Or, my mom hates me and I, crap my pants the other night. What do I do about that?
That's your personal business.
It's just stupid shit, so I skip it.
It has my name in it.
Honey. It's Juliet is Carrie. Laugh out loud. You won't understand it. Do you think it was a mistake to kill off Madison, Travis, Nick, and Chris so early? Chris, no. For some reason, for me, that did work that specific way. Travis, absolutely. Nick, I feel like they could have avoided that if they did a better story along the way. I truly believe Nick, the actor, was ready to rock and roll, and it went a different direction, and he was not enjoying it. His character, direction they took the story, and he wanted to jump ship. If they did a better story and the fans weren't so against it, because keep in mind, Nick strikes me as an actor who wants his reputation and he wants fans to be all like hot about his presence and his rise as an actor. And hearing all the negativity and how this is so it makes sense when he said he wanted to leave in season 3 or something. So I think if they had a better story, he wouldn't have asked to leave and pushed to leave, and they wouldn't have killed him off, and he'd be around for another season or 2. We need another season or 2 for Nick, I feel. So yeah, in a way it was too early. As far as Madison, that's a tricky one. Seeing her in this episode for just a sneak peek, I did miss her. I like the actress from Sons of Anarchy, from Deadwood, from a number of different projects, and I know she has talent. She was in Gone Girl. She has talent, when she has proper material. And I felt like they went with that cold, distant Madison that doesn't work for a lead. Madison, how they had her, is perfect for a side character. It's a side character you work into becoming a popular side character, and they didn't. They gave her the lead role. So I just don't think it worked. Oh, here, let's get that $10 donation. Thank you very much from Low Key No Pressure. This episode would have been more emotional had it not been obvious this pair was forced together. Good point. I was going to say good effing point. But Juliet cries and whines about curse words, so God forbid.
Yes, no safe.
However, I cannot complain. I got to see Alicia, the queen, for an hour. By the way, hello, Ronald and Juliet. And here's the tricky thing, too, is I rag on the actress here and there, but I don't mind her on the show. As long as the character is likable, I don't mind her on the show. I think she's definitely got good charisma. She's easy on the eyes, so I'd be fine with her being the lead of Fear the Walking Dead. Wait your turns, kiddo. As far as them being forced together in this episode, solely focused on moving beyond what Charlie did, it was incredibly forced. It was incredibly, What?
If I had blonde hair, would I look like 11?
Wouldn't you have to cut it? That was a wig. Anyway, it felt like Night of the Living Dead in that they were in a house during an apocalypse. It was cool. It sucked. Next episode, please. It was cool. It sucked. Wait, what? You said it was cool. It sucked. Next. I don't know what you're saying.
He's telling his opinions about who likes it. And
Richard said, "Goddamn Ronnie." I don't know what that's about. They don't
Ronald
focus.
McDonald.
All right, honey. Chillax.
You said I could talk.
Yeah, but every time I speak, you're like, bloop, bloop, bloop.
Let me
Calm
talk
down.
for 1 second.
What
Ready?
do you need to get off your chest? You talk. Let me find a good comment.
I'm a unicorn. Look at this. First, let me whip on it.
Wait, CPL Epic 999 said they don't focus on anything that most of the fans want focus on, and the show makes the fans get burnt out by the structure. Definitely some good points there. Vice President said, Ronnie, I wasn't joking about the net neutrality thing. I honestly don't remember you asking about that one. I don't know if that was today. I did not see anything about that. Your internet might be going slow for that reason. Here's the thing. Even if somebody confirmed right now what's going on with net neutrality is the reason my internet is slow, I can't do anything about that. The people as a whole need to do something about that. So it would just be giving me information at this point. But I'm going to continue to look into it because I don't know if that's exactly how that works, to be honest. Yeah, from what little I've read on that, that's just not how that works, you know. It doesn't slow all the internet down. It prioritizes where your money goes in order to get faster internet, in a nutshell. Again, what little I read on it. So, but again, I'll look into it more. Jay Morris, the review guy. Hey, after this episode, do you think Charlie is a main character in the story? I think as of right now, she kind of has to be. It just wouldn't make any sense to kill her off anytime soon. If so, what are your thoughts on her as a character and how long do you think she'll stick around for? Right now, I consider her a variety character in the middle of a transition between the out with the old, in with the new. And it's up in the air. You know, it's really up in the air. It all depends on where they're taking this and where they're headed into for season 5, to be honest. We have another super chat from Mad Talk TV, The Walking Dead comic, Commonwealth, Roman Empire story, question mark. That's not a complete question. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea what you're talking about. I know what The Walking Dead comic means. I know what the Commonwealth is. I know what the Roman Empire is. Again, from what little I remember of history in general. And then you just said story after the end. I don't know if you mean the Commonwealth is like this version of that old history. You know, I don't know. That would probably be a real boring story for the comic, to be honest, because you need to separate that into, you know, bite-sized pieces to fully grasp it. And that would just be so much. I'm not sure. Jackie Boy 20. JWF Production with a $5 donation. Thank you very much for the $2 donation, though, Matt TV. I appreciate that. I like the vid on the story of Doomsday Kingdom. Keep it up. Yeah, we're probably going to do that for the first volume, 5 issues of my comic Doomsday Kingdom. We're going to do commentaries of that. That's all that's planned right now. After that, maybe we'll do them in the future, but not until they've been out for a while. We did it with issue 1 because it's been released for a year now. So if someone hasn't bought the comic now, even if they go and pretty much look at most of the issue 1 on that video, because I think I show off almost all of issue 1, pretty much all of it, they were probably not going to buy the comic anyhow, you know. So, because I see a few people that said, actually not a few, I think there was only one comment where someone said, give us the comic for free. And I said, from the very beginning, I would have loved to do that, but you just simply can't, I mean, how do you pay the colorist? How do you play the inker? How do you play? I'm sorry, play. How do you pay all those people? How do you pay for anything to get it done? So, if I did Doomsday Kingdom issue 1 and just gave it away for free, we'd never have issue 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. That's just simply how it is. But as far as like a complimentary issue, we have Doomsday Kingdom issue 1 on sale for, it was a limited sale, but I left it up. It's only $2 for the digital copy of issue 1. And, you know, probably when we release issue 3 or 4, we're probably going to do like a flash $1 sale anyway. So it's like $1, you know, here you go for issue 1. Dude, guys, with a $5 chat donation and a $2 chat donation, I'm going to do them both. He says, don't know if anyone has said this, but Rebel is hot as hell. James Milne, me gusta. I haven't heard any comments like that, but yeah, she is described as a prettier female. And then Katie is described as, you know, having that pretty look, but she is kind of a little nerdy with freckles, gap in her teeth. But she has a little prettiness to her, obviously. And it's pointed out because you got to be pretty to work behind a bar. They don't normally hire ugly people, and that's just the sad truth of it. I worked in that industry. You got to have charisma or be pretty. I've seen some chicks that weren't all that pretty, but holy hell, they were people persons, you know, and they could make it work. And people look for that when they're hiring in that industry. And $2 donation from Dude Guys said, did you get the TV Glenn and Negan 2-pack? No, I did not. I seen it. I thought it was cool, but I don't know what's up with the stores around me, but I've never seen it in person. I've seen it on the internet. People have it released. I did run into a damaged box of Negan in 5-inch figure, and I picked them up to review them, but I just didn't review them. I don't know. McFarlane Toys, I don't know what they're doing with... I don't know what they're doing with the stuff they're making, but I don't know. It's not as good as it should be. It just frustrates me because the fans came out of the woodwork saying, McFarlane, don't do that. Do this, and we'll buy it all. And he just kept going straight ahead with it. And everything they built up over the past few years just crumbled. As far as their color tops and not making the small figures, doing the big figures. And you can see they're doing successful stuff. They just got Fortnite figures. You know what I mean? Like, they're making the right moves. But some of the stuff they did in the past, I felt like, you know, he had an idea. He wasn't honest with the fans. And because of that, it fell apart. You know, so a lot of fans lost interest in the Walking Dead stuff as far as the figures and collectibles. I did. I pretty much, I don't really care. Charm Anders said, what would your advice be for someone trying to become a Hollywood scriptwriter? If I had serious advice, you're not going to want it. You got to go to LA. You just simply have to. Truly wish we would. So yeah, save up as much as you can, you know, to be honest, to live out there for 3 years and go at it. I truly wish we would get more of the gore and violence, though. They cut way too much out, but the story structure this season is okay so far. Yeah, the gore and violence did get cut, which is kind of shitty. Kareem said, they have built up Morgan as this unstoppable force when he's in this clear state. And we know he's a total badass, but are they gonna handle his death? ? Can't be like the comic, in my opinion. Oh no, Morgan has, you know, transcended comic Morgan in a huge way. It's not even one and the same. How he goes out now is gonna have absolutely no connection to comic Morgan whatsoever. There's just no reason to have them connected at all. Charmander said, will you be taking phone calls during live streams next month? I don't know about next month. I'm not going to say that, but that's definitely in the pipeline. Is that what it's called? I got an important video I wanted to do on Saturday, and then Sunday I was going to put it up before the live stream, but I didn't want it getting lost. So I'm starting fresh. Tomorrow morning I'm going to record a specific video, and it's more for me, I feel like, than you guys. I want to clear something up, and then we're going to move ahead with we're going to move ahead with something I've been talking about for a while, but I'm actually saying screw it all, and I'm going right back to my original idea, and I'll explain that in tomorrow's video. But for me, it's more important. It's kind of like drawing a line in the sand and saying, okay, we're making some changes. This is what it is. If you don't like it, jump ship now, because I'm telling you what, you're not going to like it in the future. Attic Rodriguez said, do you think the finale could have worked if they replaced Carl's dying in season 8 with Daryl or Morgan dying instead? No, I don't think it matters. You know what I mean? You have a character die in a way that just is stupid and ridiculous, and if it's a big character, you're still going to get fans pissed off. If it's Morgan, it's not going to make any damn sense. If it's Daryl, especially a survivor like him dying like that, no, hell no. A kid, at least it's somewhat believable because he's still young yet and in that invincible stage where he doesn't really take those sudden, and he's not as strong or as capable as the adults. So, I think it would be problematic for any main character. For Carl, it's more though because of the simple fact of his legacy claim. He's the Grimes. Jonathan said, "Hey Ronnie, do you think Daniel Salazar will re-enter the story in Fear the Walking Dead or The Walking Dead?" To be honest, I don't care. I really don't care. This coming and going shit, I hope he just stays away. And I like the actor. I like him a lot. He was probably one of the most, he was probably one of the actors I was most excited about when I found out about the casting. And I still picture him in that movie. It's an older one. Go and watch it. It's called The Super, I think, or just Super. And I still remember him coming out of the building because Joe Pesci played a slumlord, and he was forced to live in his own building that was run down. And he's a rich guy, so he tries to dress like someone from the neighborhood, and he walks out of the building, and Daniel Salazar's character is like, "Oh yeah, your outfit is nice. It screams, go ahead and stab me with any sharp object of your preference and then steal my hideaway wallet. I got stuck in my ankle," or some shit like that. I remember me and my brother used to die at that scene. It was great. But yeah, his performance, how nonchalant, like, "Oh yeah, you're dressed right for the neighborhood." So, being such a huge fan of the actor, knowing how far away they are from where the dam blew up, it would be stupid and ridiculous, utterly ridiculous, to keep bringing these characters back, where it's a needle in a haystack every time you do it, I could buy the Morgan thing with the MAPP and the whatever, okay, but to continually do it with other characters, it's like, what? Low-key No Pressure asked a serious question. Why are there always accounts based on political figures here? That's a good one. I can see all around the internet where people do videos like that, but here it just doesn't make any damn sense. I remember 2 years ago, it was huge for people to make accounts and do character names, and you still see it now. You still do random movies and whatever, but 2 years ago it was nuts. I don't know if you guys remember that, if you were in the comments section a lot, but every other comment was from Glenn or Negan or Simon or this or this. I mean, Maggie or new characters. It was people, the same people, and you can see it by the way they talk. They would make up 4 or 5 different accounts, and you can see them bouncing back and forth because you see what they're saying and how they're saying it. I don't know what it is. I could see like goofing off and having fun, but the political thing is a little weird because we don't really get into politics here. Maybe once every 10 years. You know what I'm saying? T. Deanna Lives On says, "Yo, Rondon, when can we buy Fireworks and Fevers? Is it available yet, Big Doggy?" Oh my god, yeah. Fireworks and Fevers has been out for a while. That's issue 2 of Doomsday Kingdom. That's been out for a while now, for real. If you order it now and you're not ordering anything special, like any bonus stuff, I don't think we have anything that's anything online right now. Almost anything is pretty much ready to ship the next day. Like, I didn't ship anything today. It's Sunday. The post office isn't open. But tomorrow, I'm going through all the new orders and shipping whatever we have in stock. So what is it?
Can I show you something?
You can show me in a minute.
No, just watch
What?
real quick. Ready? Watch this. It's a try not to
Do it
look away
quick.
challenge.
No, that looks like you're gonna snap your neck, dude. That makes my neck hurt. Howling Wolf said, Ronnie, I half expected Alicia to snap while they were in the car for the close-up. I laughed at that moment, I'll be honest with you. I thought, man, that would be so funny if she was like, look at the flowers. Do you think Charlie will die? I mentioned that before. I don't think it just doesn't make sense, but it is possible in like a sad, she just got forgiven and later dies moment for Alicia. I don't know what direction they're going. Blondie says, as much as I'm not completely on board with the Walking Dead and Fear decisions at times, I still can't wait until Sunday, and they are on a very short list of shows. I don't miss an episode. I'm ride or die. Ronnie has a brother. Yeah, I have a brother. It's on his own. Hit me up on doomsdaykingdom.com. I'm sorry. Thank you, Spin. Easter egg from Talking Dead on Walking Dead on the home refrigerator. There's a big picture of the blue bonnets from the field. Oh, nice. Hey, Ronnie, have you seen Cobra Kai? Yeah, that's a lot better than I thought it was. That's actually one of those videos that's going to come out. You guys are going to see like a little rush of raw videos, and I'll explain tomorrow. Charm Anders says, why is Kirkman so adverse to showing the early days of the apocalypse? Apparently he even regrets the CDC scenes in season 1. Well, specifically about the CDC scenes, he doesn't hate that because of the early days. He hates that because it revealed too much, and he wants to keep as much possible hidden so they can change it as they go along, or do it a different way. Like saying France is completely destroyed. What if in 10 years they want to do a France special? Now it doesn't connect. You know, the continuity's shot, which I think he's being a little too harsh because they could just have bad information, but you can't really, you can't really go back and clear that up. You know what I'm saying? So I remember specifically he talked about revealing too much. That's why he doesn't like the CDC. But as far as not wanting to show the early days of the apocalypse, I don't know about the comic, but I do know on the show it's got to be probably the most expensive. I mean, it's fine finding a location that's overgrown and throwing some cans and newspaper and filming it. That's fine. But having a breakdown of society with all that going on, that's probably expensive. Plus, it's not the easiest to write. Listen, when I did Doomsday Kingdom, there was a lot of frustrating moments when I'm figuring out, because you got to figure out when you're going down a street, what's the government doing? What's the police doing? What's the ambulances doing? Like, because keep in mind, these people aren't just waiting around to help people. You got paramedics and cops, and they're dealing with their own family members. Fevers, and for Doomsday Kingdom, fevers come first. Fevers wipe everyone out. There's no zombies in the beginning. It's only fevers wipe them out with your tiny sprinkling of zombies here and there. But that's just because of how it works. The fevers kill you out. 48 hours later, then you turn into zombies, and yada yada yada. For an example, right? You still got to read the comic when they come out to figure out the real layout. But for an example, you got all these people doing this shit, like doctors and yada yada yada, but you have to structure it a way where it is chaotic but still consistent but makes sense, and your audience understands it. Like, I have some moments in my story where you see a cop, for example, in issue 2, he just caps himself in the street, and I fought with the idea so much of showing why, giving a flashback and showing like what he's seen and what predicament he was in. And then I was like, because I knew people are going to be like, well, that's a bit much, but if they knew that he witnessed, he walked in his house and witnessed his wife who turned eating their newborn baby now, like that's something he just witnessed, you know what I'm saying? And the police station, as far as cops having to do family things as far as this crisis hitting. He was like, I need to take and his captain was like, you cannot, this is insane. You cannot go back into the field. And he's like, you're down. No, your police force is down. Let me help. I'll go to the thing. I'll get my mind off it. He needs to go help. He needs to do this. And he just broke. He got to the hospital. He's seen more. So if I went and shown his backstory, you would probably be like, oh, okay, that makes a little more sense. So I think the reason with how difficult it is dealing with all the moving parts of an apocalypse, maybe he just doesn't want to right now because there's no reason to. I don't know if he's against it, but he has skipped it. You know, we see it in little moments, like this little moment with Michonne. We see it in the comic. I don't know if we see it with the governor. No, because we have the governor, Tyrese, and Michonne comics. But I think that's just something that is tricky to write. But with a TV show, it just costs too much money. I dropped my pen. All right, let me see. We're about to finish up. And then I'll let Juliet answer a couple questions when we finish out.
Really?
Yeah, I'll let you finish the ending. Not right now. In 5 minutes. Let me take a few questions. No, calm down or I'm not going to let you. Psycho.
Give me a treat.
What are you hoping with all the new characters to come? What types are needed? To be honest, I would like to process that and figure it out. But what types are needed for Fear the Walking Dead? We need something new and refreshing. We need something that's not this dreaded looming, something different, you know? We need a direction, too. We need to have a direction. Like, where are we headed? We need a little mission for right now to just take the story into a new place. I could see the 2 Native Americans showing up after they helped out by sniping the season finale. They said, let's go north, which would mean Texas. And again, that's fine if they do. I think they had some good charisma. But at the same time, it's like enough with people leaving and coming back, you know? Ronnie mentioned his bro several times. Ronnie mentioned his bro before. Yeah, I was talking to him a while ago about sitting down doing a like video series where we talked about movies and stuff. So I don't know if he'd be into it. He'd probably be into a podcast. I don't think he feels like doing a video though. Did you see that preview for the new Predator? Looking like a pretty good cast. Listen, I am so excited but so nervous. I'm so excited I bought a toy. They had what the hell is I was doing something on the internet. I was getting supplies for the comic stuff, and this little ad popped up, and it was the new Predator movie. They have a new like NECA toy. I don't know. It was like $16 or something. It was on like $5 off with free shipping, and I said, okay, I'll do that. You know, and oh my God, what was it? It doesn't matter. And so it's whatever new fugitive Predator. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm so excited because the Predator is my all-time favorite, creature. I keep saying movie monster, but Godzilla is like a monster. My favorite alien would be Alien from Aliens. Well, my favorite like creature, creature feature is the Predator, hands down. If I don't pick only one, like monster, alien, creature, it's the Predator. Just the look of him, it's like, I wish I made that, I want Fear Group to go back to Fallout LA. Yeah, that kind of sucks. That's a Hollywood move, and that did annoy me. We're gonna do a Fear the Walking Dead prequel, yada yada, bull fucking shit, yada yada, taking place in LA. But we're gonna film one, pilot there because that's all that matters in Hollywood talk. Hook 'em, takes place in LA. Whoa! And then they film other places and then just leave completely. Like it felt like LA for a couple panning shots, and after that it just felt like it could be anywhere. And sometimes that pisses me off with Hollywood. You could tell somebody wanted it to have that flair, and then the budget men, the money men came in and said, we're not greedy enough. We want to make even more money. So let's, forget LA and let's just send them wherever, Juliet, I'm telling you what, stop sitting like that. I don't like it. There. Look. I'm not kidding. First off, you got your butt flashed in the screen, and you look like you're gonna snap your neck. I'm not joking.
Now.
Sit upright, or you're grounded. Right now. Honey, sit upright now.
I'll just do it behind the chair.
And watch, because you're on camera the whole time, so no picking your nose.
I'm not.
Oh, just be careful.
I'm
What movie had... Oh my god, you hear that? Juliet, if I have to say it again... Boy... I wish there was a cool way. Like, when you have a son, you're like, boy. When you have a girl, it's like, woman. Doesn't work. Lady, girl. Doesn't work.
You better behave.
Ronnie, have you ever watched a chick flick? If so, a chick flick, what is your favorite? And if Juliet asked you to, would you watch one with her? Hell no. Which one would you turn into a zombie movie? A chick flick? To be honest, I don't even know. Yeah, well, I think if you said, hey, this movie, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's a chick flick. Jeez, I don't even think I let my girlfriends watch chick flicks. I don't think I remember any. Like if I have a girlfriend come over, she watched Pulp Fiction or something like that, you know. I don't think we're watching chick flicks. Damn, I really don't. I don't do chick flicks. I just don't. I can't even think of one. Any rom-com pretty much is The Wedding Singer considered a chick flick? I mean, if so, I watched that. I like that. I don't do chick flicks. Like, not at all. Did I watch the new Ring movie? No.
I want to.
The entire Southwest would probably be completely burnt up by the forest pines now. You've been to LA, most of it could be anywhere. Yeah, downward facing dog. Her soon to be snap neck green ruins everything. Yeah, you heard that, Lightning? Wait, is anyone else getting tired of the doom and gloom? I'm so dark and edgy lines from Alicia. Everything getting worse instead of better. Why, Alicia, enough? Yeah, I talked about that earlier, about some of the doom and gloom. Did you like the movies like Contagion and Outbreak? No zombies, but shows the spread of a deadly virus. Outbreak is so old, I forget it. That's the one with the monkeys, right? As far as Contagion, I don't even remember that one. I remember, of it, you know. I don't remember watching that one. Mark Scott asked, what is your favorite location to land in Fortnite, Juliet? Think about it. Think about Burn. No, seriously, think about it.
You know, she has some good loot.
Oh, my God. Don't talk like that. Dude, guys, with a $10 chat, I'll go ahead and tell you I'm sending you a custom 5-inch Walking Dead figure I made. It's okay if you don't care for them, though. And for DK, I might make a Juliet figure as an experiment. A Julie figure as an experiment. You know, if it's a custom one, I'll probably be excited because it'll be new. A lot of the ones we're getting now are just, they're remakes.
My favorite spot to land is Lonely Lodge because I'm always depressed and lonely.
You're lonely? You're a lonely loser?
Wow.
A lonely loser at Lonely Lodge.
That explains me.
All right, let's take a couple more good
tilted,
questions,
by the way.
and then I'm going to let Juliet
HW.
answer some.
Yeah.
Tilted? You're nuts. I hate Tilted.
Ninja Land's there every game.
What movie had the best cast, in your opinion? Damn, that's tricky. I could probably pick a lot if I'm, paying attention to movies, because there's so many movies that, I really enjoy and it has a good cast. Bone Tomahawk, that one off the top of my head. Almost everyone is cast perfectly. But like I said, there's a lot of movies that I really like, and I think it has a great cast. A $10 donation from Spin. Thank you very much. Another shout out to Doomsday Kingdom, go to doomsdaykingdom.com. It's well worth it. Ronnie has really put his heart into it. Hi, Juliet, said Spin Spin. Well, thank you very much for helping get the word out there. We're going to be kicking it up a notch, too, with some merch coming up. We have this idea. What the hell is it doing? My screen froze. We have this idea for merch, not just the art and all that, but we have some with clever little merch. I'm going to clear it with the artist before we do it, just to see if there's time to get it done, because there's one neat one. One I can tell you is I'm almost positive the artist started doing it first. I'm almost positive this is his thing, but he writes, instead of rock on, he writes rot on. I've written it on a couple things, and like I said, if I made that up, I'd probably remember that. So I think it was the artist, James, who started doing that first. And it's a neat little thing because, rock on, rot on, zombies and rot, shit like that. So we want to make rot on shirts. But I want to clear it with him to see if we have time to get some type of lettering or some type of design that's a little different, a little neat. So yeah, and then obviously the merch and stuff, in theory, it should help with, because my idea is the merch should help with buying the comic merch, the comic itself, the different types of variants, buying them more in bulk for issue 3, so we can go big with that, and then when we're ready to rock and roll, we're sending it out as orders are finishing up, and we can have extra, because right now we have to, okay, pre-orders up for a month, okay, shut the pre-order down and then order, and next thing you know, people come out of the woodwork once we start shipping, and there's more people who want it. We're selling out, telling people there's no more left. So it's, I don't know, it's tricky. Would you guys ever get a dog? Down the line, probably. A cat.
No, we're getting a cat.
Yeah, we're getting a cat soon, but
I hate dogs.
Down the line, that's a lie. I like dogs. I'm not big on cats.
I love cats.
You hear that?
Dang, it's shaking our building. Who's farting out there?
Stop yelling. That's God farting. I turned the gain up so you can hear it. It's loud out there. Michael McMohan said, Ronnie, love the live streams. Will you ever do 2 live streams per week? No. Listen, yes and no. Yes, down the line, I'm sure I'm going to pop up a live stream, maybe 3 or 4 in 1 week, because we're doing something. I know I'm really trying to get the internet fixed so we can do the gaming live streams, and once that's a thing, I might do like a live stream every day for like a week in a row, just to, like, for example, with Telltale. We're starting with that, and I know a lot of people are like, Ronnie, do the Telltale, and at first I was going to run it right into episode 1, but I ran out of time, to be honest with you. But not only that, I didn't think it mattered, because they don't release it all at once. Episode 1 gets released now, like a week ago, and then they wait a month or 2 months, and then they release episode 2, and then they wait a month or 2, and then they release 3, and then they wait a month. So we got 3 months before we're ever going to get the end of. 3 months at the very least. So I thought I got time, So yes, there will be more live streams, but the only one that's only Sunday night. That's always, just the one. But once in a while, we will get more than one each week. Where did you find James Milne? You put Milner. He found us, to be honest. He was just like, I shit you not, he was just like everyone out there right now, watching videos, scrolling through YouTube. And we got to talking on social media, and I saw that he was serious, and then we linked up to do it for real, like to really go ahead and get this project complete and put it out there. So like I said, and that's something I've been talking about. James is a perfect example. Doomsday Kingdom is the perfect example of the very first MAPP project and more to come. I want to do a lot more, not just comics. There's another comic idea I have, but there's more stuff I want to do besides comics. And Doomsday Kingdom is the perfect example of the very first project. And there's more. There's shorts I want to do. There's other projects. There's music projects I want to do, and stuff like that. But James is also, as far as Doomsday Kingdom being the first, like, boom, this is, you know, our first project and there's more to come. James is the perfect example of how members of the MAPP family, I want some of you guys, some that are passionate and some that are interested in certain things, I want some of you guys to move up and work on these projects with us. Not right today, we're not ready for it, honestly, but down the line, like, let's say we are shooting that short and we need extra cast members, extras, you know, and I could be like, listen, we're filming in this state, in this city. If we get 20 people, we'll only take 20 or ish, and, you know, we get people to show up and do. I would love for members of the MAPP family to participate in the MAPP projects we're creating. You know what I'm saying? Even if we get, like, down the line, not anytime soon, down the line, if we get, oh, hold on. Sorry, honey. Down the line, if we get, sorry, there you go. Let me know if it comes up again. Oh, yeah, we got an emergency alert on the cell phone. I think I even slapped Juliet when I reached for it. Yeah. Yeah, so you know what I mean? Members of the MAPP family, you know, working on the projects with us. And I was going to say, with the comic, people putting in art and stuff like that, I think it would be neat down the line to get a fan, to have a little contest, and to get a fan or a viewer or whoever win the chance to have like a variant cover. I think that would be so cool. Because a lot of times we see other artists, you know, adding variant covers, but how cool would that be to have the fan base vote, and to get a fan, just a regular fan who's coming up, you know, unknown at all, just coming up and wants to be in the industry. You get your name out there as a fan cover. I think stuff like that would be so cool. Anyway, thoughts on John Bernthal playing Joel if they made the last? No, I'm against that 100%. I honestly think he has a pretty good likeness, and he's a great actor, and he could play the crazy guy really well. I would have to see if this was for real, and if it was my choice, I would have to look into that a little more. Right off the top of my head, it just doesn't fit for Joel. But then again, John Bernthal has so much talent. I'm willing to say, okay, wait a minute, let's see, maybe I need to see him in a beard, because when it comes to Joel, he needs to look like Joel. I'll be honest. There's sometimes that doesn't matter. Like with Negan, it matters. He needs to look like Negan. With certain characters, it just doesn't matter. You can actually remix it so different. Like with Rick Grimes, it doesn't matter as much as Negan, which is crazy because it's Rick Grimes. You know, Andrew Lincoln doesn't look anything like comic book Rick at all. At all. Different hair, different hairstyle. Comic book Rick is like just a regular white boy with the, you know, dirty blonde, brown hair, flat, you know. Andrew Lincoln, I don't know, he's got curly hair, right? I assume. It seems curly. Totally different. Storm reminds me of the one in The Walking Dead Season 5. Thoughts on Kung Fu Hustle? Kung Fu Hustle is one of my all-time favorite movies. Juliet, come here right now. Go over to that Gremlins box. Go right now. Faster. To the movies right there. See that pink one? Right in front of your face. Right in front of your stupid face. No, no, look up. Straight in front of you. The Gremlins box. To the right. Your other right, you genius. Right there, straight ahead. Pink one, right where your hand is. Oh, jeez. Did they switch you at birth or something with a different baby? Give it to me, please. The pink one.
Which one?
I'm counting to 3.
Which one?
The one you just pulled out a second ago. Bring it over here. I swear, sometimes I don't even know why I put up with you. Yeah, hand it to me now.
I've been pointing at this one this whole time.
Oh my God. Go wash your hands, will you?
No.
What is that? Is that marker?
Hair dye.
Hair dye? That's even better. She just had a bath. Ladies and gentlemen, don't have kids. Don't do it. She just had a bath. She just had a fucking bath. And then, you know what she does? What's a great idea after just getting clean? What's a genius idea?
Dirty.
Hair dye. Hair dye. Hair dye. Genius. Yeah, Kung Fu Hustle. This case is freaking awesome. If you haven't seen the movie, you won't get it. It's not rubbing off on me. Get out of here. Yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, you're not going to get the case. But it's Broken Lollipop. This, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's one of my all-time favorite movies ever. If I can only put my favorite movies on that DVD shelf, this would be on it. Absolutely. Kung Fu Hustle. And yes, this is going to have a video coming out. I want to get a little bit of some greenery, though, because I remember back in the day when I finally was like, Kung Fu Hustle is up there as one of my all-time favorite movies. I was lifted to the clouds, you know, higher than the clouds. I was gone. I was in a whole nother, I was in the upside down, put it that way. I was, and I swear to God, there was moments where it was like the craziest horror movie, just perfectly filmed. Because they do this guitar and he goes wing and he sends like a knife and the guy's walking at nighttime and you see the shadow of a cat jump and it gets cut in half in slow motion. So amazing, so dark and just perfectly constructed. And then you get these moments that are downright bust your gut, silly, over the top funny. Like the guy's going to throw a knife and he throws it, but it hits off the roof and it sticks him in the arm. And then just his face and his reaction, and even the dubbing too. He's like, you try, to his friend. And his friend is a big, chunkier guy, right? He grabs the knife and he goes to throw it over here, and he stabs him or something, and he throws just the handle. And when he looks, he's like, why do you have a knife in your arm with no handle? And he pulls it out and he's looking, he's like, no fingerprints. He sticks it back in him. Oh my God, that's hilarious. But I think what makes the words so funny is you can tell that's not what they really wanted to say in the script, because no fingerprints, that doesn't make any sense. Can you read fingerprints? You can tell it's because of how it's dubbed. They just threw words in there and it's friggin' hilarious. Anyhow, have you watched Trez Chan this year? I have not had a chance to watch any YouTubers, so don't take that and run headlines. Ronnie Hayes hates Trez Chan with a passion. He's never watched him. Fuck him. I haven't had a chance to watch pretty much anyone that I've been subscribed to. This year has been rough. You're a little crazy letting your little girl be on YouTube like this with so many people who hate you. Well, they hate everyone. You should really rethink.
What do you mean?
Oh, this guy hates my guts.
Why does he hate you?
He's joking, honey. He's either joking or he needs some serious mental help. Yeah, we don't do political, controversial stuff here. We talk about TV shows, some toys once in a while. If there's droves and droves of people out there hating me, they need to seriously take a second look at their life. That's insane. Do you have a lesser-known movie? All right. Oh, yeah, you know what? Time's running along. Let's wrap this up, and then we'll let you get a couple questions on. Do you have a lesser-known movie trilogy to recommend? No, I don't. Not off the top of my head. I probably do. Dude, what's up with your camera? It's probably the internet. It's crisp on the OBS, but it's just a mess on YouTube. It looks blurry as hell, so it's probably just the internet. You're blurry. Anyone else getting lag? What's up with your camera? Yeah. Oh, wait, that's the same person. Yeah, we're gonna shut it down. I'm looking for the last question or two, honey.
What?
Stop.
I want to answer questions.
I know. I'm getting you up here. I want you to stop rolling around like that. I'm not kidding. One of these times you're gonna cry. Listen, Juliet, do it again.
I did crush myself.
Sit up now.
Why?
Put it this way: your life depends on it.
I'd rather die.
Oh, you're about to. Ronnie, is Juliet?
Do it. Just do it.
Hear that? Ronnie, is Juliet old enough to realize how cancerous the kids' shows are now compared to the older ones? Probably not. She probably thinks most of them are cool. Some stuff, I gotta filter what she watches because it's just stupid. Some of them, I just don't even let her watch. I remember this one tried watching Jake Paul on my watch. I had to put an end to that real fast.
I hate Jake.
You watched him at first, and then I put my foot down, and then you realized, I better not. Have you ever been recognized in public? Only a couple times. We were recognized in where at, Juliet? The actually, it's been a while. The post office. Juliet was with me for that one. The mall. I was recognized in New York, and grocery store, Target, Toys R Us. Huh?
None of them recognized me?
The post office.
Yeah, he's like, oh, hey, man. F you, Julia. I'm
That's
out.
not true at all.
No, he's like, oh, hey, Ronnie, my man. And then he didn't even say anything.
That's because he was a grown man. He's thinking, oh, I'm such a fan of your little girl. Just make me a bracelet, you know? He was just being polite, man.
What about me?
Yeah, as an idiot Jake Paul. I'm putting you in timeout. I think I recognize that name. I think I'm putting that guy in timeout. He seems like he's one to just start shit. He's putting comments about another YouTuber in here and stuff like that, and then me and shit. I'm just gonna put his ass in timeout. I don't know. He seems a little flaky. I didn't understand fully why Alicia would want to kill Charlie. I mean, because Charlie killed her brother. Obviously, she didn't want to do it out of her own desire. Do you agree? Was it bad writing? Well, no, because listen, here that's another thing. In real life, it's not one thing or the other. It's not so solid. You know, she could want to kill him, and especially like real life. If someone hurts your family like that and you want to kill him, but at the same time, it's killing a person, so you're going to have conflict with it. So when it comes to that stuff, I have no problem with complex characters having, you know, a complex reaction to something. I don't need my characters to be like, I want to hurt them, and then be okay with hurting them. I like having characters that struggle with, I want to hurt this person because I feel like it's just and it's right. And then when they do it, they actually feel bad. Like, that's real life. People feel that way. So I'm fine with that type of stuff. Misunderstood said, Ronnie, did you like the rider on the road directional sign that I had James make me? I have often wondered what you thought. I love that one. I love that one. For anyone who doesn't know, she has... it's the rider. It was a custom. It was a blank page. It was a custom with, it was like wooden sign. It was just like The Walking Dead where they did the different signs, the wooden arrows. It was actually just like that. That's cool now that I think about it. And it had names of places from popular horror movies back in the day. I think there was Derry, Maine from It and shit like that. And other stuff like Night of the Living Dead and yada yada yada. And then at the bottom, I think it was the bottom, it was Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and that's where Doomsday Kingdom issue 2 takes place, issue 2, 3, and so on for a while. It starts in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, so I thought that was awesome. I love that. I think I even signed that too. All right, Juliet, sit up. We're gonna have Juliet answer a couple questions for those interested. If you're not interested, bounce out now. We're ending the live stream anyway. So look, 500 people were watching. Now all of a sudden we only have 100. I don't know what happened.
500.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
You're like, everyone just did. Give me this chair.
So give it a second though, because there is a delay. So give it a minute before questions come in. Wait, you like hugged me and then pretended to kill me? Is that what that was?
No, it was this.
Come here, right now.
No.
Tell me. Can you see that? Oh, you can. No, it doesn't. No, come here. Turn.
Ow.
Okay.
What was it?
So, I don't know. That doesn't smell like your shampoo. I think it's the markers have a smell to them. Not bad. It smells like berry, but that's not the shampoo I bought.
Okay, let me
I think I got like coconut or something. I'm
Why?
glad they
More
don't smell like
questions. Let's do
permanent.
questions.
Oh, there we go. Are you excited to go back to school, honey? Are you?
Let me sit in the chair.
Look at that question. No, you're good right there.
Sit in the chair.
No, you're good right there. Right here. Come on. We're shutting it off, so.
Am I excited to go back to school?
Yeah.
Yes.
For real?
Am I into anime? I've only watched the backwards K and then the KK anime and then the K anime.
She has a cousin that is obsessed with anime, so Juliet's slowly seeing whether she likes it or not.
Juliet, do you know what you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I'm not worried about that right now. Like, go down.
Wait, hold on. You missed one up here. I seen your name right here.
Juliet, have you seen that TV show?
Avatar. No, she's never seen that.
Julia, do you play Animal Jam. What? Julia, are you getting a haircut for school? Oh my god, I am getting a haircut, but it's only a little trim.
You should read that one right there.
What does it say?
Right here.
Julia, do you actually like Ronnie? No, I just pretend for views. Because, you know, we're view hungry. Give
Berserk.
What does that mean?
Berserk. I don't know what Berserk is. I think that's an
Julia,
anime.
what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a cop. Ronnie's thinking.
Right here. Do you want to be a cheerleader when you grow up? Because you were jumping around like crazy.
No, I want to be someone that creates Fortnite dances. Look, doesn't my hair look exactly like the Catch Me Outside girl, except with different colored hair? She's like, Catch Me Outside, how about that? Look, I look exactly like her pose, like, Catch Me Outside, how about that?
That girl is probably one of the dumbest women you'll ever meet in your life.
What's your favorite movie, Juliet? It's called Your Mama. It's a really good movie. Juliet, do you want
Like
to
SpongeBob?
be a comic writer? Like, yes, I want to know. I want to be an artist.
Do you like SpongeBob?
No.
No. She used to watch that when she was younger. Have you seen Pokemon?
No.
No, we don't watch Pokemon here.
Juliet, my 6-year-old daughter wants to know if you watch Kelly Mabel.
Cookie Swirl, what's that?
Cookie Swirl C. Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, we got a $2 donation from Rick. He says, Ronnie, do you think Rick and Daryl will fight in season 9? I don't know.
You don't have no questions.
They've already been down that road. I don't think they're gonna mess with that. It's just there's no point.
Juliet,
they're gonna argue.
Do you ever want to punch Ronnie in the face? Yeah, I think about tackling him. You know, like strangling him.
That's not what tackling means.
Juliet, do you still like go down?
Stop it.
Monster High Dolls? Yes, I do. No,
stop it. You have missed one up here. Chill now before I chill you. Right here. Come on, so we can go back down.
Any dubs in Fortnite? Yeah, 2.
Oh, you got 4. Right here. Did you get this one? What's your favorite subject in school?
Oh, my favorite subject. It's math.
And chill with the questions because I'm filtering them. No,
I will. Go down,
honey.
Go down. You.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. What?
Okay.
Stop. Not so loud. I just want to make sure no one says anything bad. Right here. Juliet, okay, you already did that one? What's your favorite?
What's your favorite food? My favorite food? Don't have one. I like coconut.
Here's a good question.
Juliet, do you like free stuff?
Free stuff? Who doesn't?
Do you think I'm...
Juliet, do you play any sports?
Juliet, do you give...
That's actually a funny question.
Attack on Titan and Titan...
I'll read them so it goes quicker because you have a lot of
questions
here.
No, say, Juliet.
Attack on Titans. You've never watched it. You're never going to watch it. That's something she's not interested in.
Do you?
Yeah, right here. Juliet, do you secretly watch Trev's Chan? That's funny.
What is that?
She doesn't watch it. It's another Walking Dead YouTuber. They're just joking.
What's that?
What's your favorite?
Oh my god, you're so stupid.
Juliet, if I skip them, it means nothing. You're not going to know what that is. Answer the ones that you know. Ronnie, wait, Juliet, nice hair. Be nice to your dad, and you better listen to her. Ronnie, would you consider getting a pit bull? Yeah, sure, any of them. If we get a house with a yard, not in an apartment. Right here, Juliet. Do you think that you would survive a zombie apocalypse?
Do I have to, like, look at the questions?
No.
Right here, Juliet. Right here, Juliet. Look up in the sky, Juliet. What I would say in a zombie apocalypse.
No, would you survive?
No. I'm telling you something. What I would do is, first of all, I'd probably not, because my aiming is not on fleek. But anyways, what I would do is I'd say,
I don't think that.
zombies, come on, let's go play Fortnite.
And then they would attack you. No more root beer at night is absolutely right. We have a thing there. I don't allow her to have soda at all. Like, at all. And then I was nice enough to go, okay, you know what? I'm going to buy root beer. And then if we get, like, pizza or something once in a while. Honey, put that down now. If we get pizza or something once in a while. But then she comes out at the end of... You're done. At the end of the night with root beer. You know? Do you have any... And she knows. She knows. And I see a couple questions. She knows. She gets away with murder. Because I'm not going to be like white trash screaming on a live stream, you know? She knows she can get away with murder. So she's really pushing it. So people with kids, you know, kids aren't dumb. She's trying to get away with murder because she knows daddy won't kick her ass when the camera's on. I'll wait till I shut the camera off. And then she's getting a beating.
Oh, God, no.
Put the can down.
Put it back.
Misunderstood. So, Juliet, do you ever cook? Yeah. You're still getting a beating. Misunderstood said, do you ever cook dinner with your dad? If so, what do you guys cook? No. She used to.
Nothing.
She used to. She used to help me prepare the chicken. Which I will say right now always freaked me out. It was only because I think it was one of my old girlfriend's mother got on my case about, I should let her help with that. It's not, and I was like, what? And, you know,
I don't want to help with it.
She touches her face one wrong time, she's like sick to death. But yeah, she's helped me with breaded chicken and stuff sometimes.
Do you ever? Oh wait, Juliet, does Ronnie drive you to school or do you take the bus?
I handle that personally. I walk her into the school and everything.
Irrelevance, so. Take the bus.
Yeah.
Hello, Juliet. I think you could be a...
Chris Rambo said, I'm confused. Why isn't she allowed to have soda often? It's just not good for kids. And again, that's an opinion for other people, I guess. In my opinion, I've seen kids who regularly drink soda. And then I've seen kids who didn't. And it could be just a coincidence, but I prefer kids who didn't, you know, to be honest. Yeah, that's about it. And I don't mean to judge. If you drink soda with your kids, I could care less. You know, I just... Single dad is irritated almost all the time. I can't handle it.
There's so many questions. Come on, let's answer.
Juliet, can you solve... No, we're not doing math problems. Here, if you were interested in fanime, they're recommending One Piece, Maggie, and Fairy Tail. They are fun and interesting.
You said fanime.
Fanime? No, anime. Juliet, I don't know what she's saying. She should have her own YouTube channel.
I want my own YouTube channel, but this irrelevance saying no.
That's not true at all. Has Juliet been vaccinated? Duh. You have to.
Vaccinated?
It's just to get all your shots for school. You have to when you put your kids in school. You got to do all.
Do I have to get more?
You already did them all. You're good till you're 11, I think.
That's 2 more years.
No, actually, I'm almost positive it's 11. I know she's good for a few years.
That's 2 more years, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
There's no more soda in this, by the way. I'm just trying to...
Juliet, are you a badass who owns the school?
No, I'm an irrelevant in school.
Chris Rambo said, Ronnie, I do not have kids, man. I'm only 19. Well, I don't think I said anything bad to you. I was just saying how, like, I see it, you know? And for anyone else listening that didn't like my opinion, I was just clarifying, you know. Was Alicia too mean to Charlie the Gnarly? Oh my God, I love that. Charlie the Gnarly. That is hilarious. No, Juliet's not 11. She's only 8. Juliet, have you ever used the F-bomb? Yeah, she definitely has.
Secretly.
Yo, oh, she definitely has. Absolutely.
In school.
You know, I will ground you for snitching on yourself.
Here's a fun fact.
All right, fun fact.
In school, me and my friend Brianna would go behind the school buildings, and my friend Brianna would say so many curse words, bro, it's unreal. She'd say, F this, F you.
Brianna. I've never heard that name before.
Brianna.
Brianna.
It's a black word. It's a black name.
It's not a black name.
Mhm. Our friend's black. She is the name.
Oh, you know, one black girl with the name Brianna. All of a sudden, that's a black name. Wait, I might be wrong. I didn't know there was like a certain.
Brianna's a black name. What do you mean?
Brianna. I don't think that's right. I'm almost positive I knew a white girl named
Juliet,
Brianna. As a matter of fact, I did. She was Italian too.
When is my baby? Wait. Does this say baby? Wait, is that a drunk way I had to say baby?
Hold on, Daddy was thinking. I've known like 3 white Briannas. I went to school with one. Wait, Julia, have you ever, if you could have any pet, Julia, Ronnie, do you like old ring movies? Where is the?
He says no soda in it, but he has soda.
What's your favorite movie? I don't have like one favorite movie. It's hard. If I had to pick one, it'd be The Thing, the 80s, the 1980s or version. Is it the 80s? Where? What was the point of the storm if they're only here for an episode? To trap those 2 characters together, that's it. And separate the other characters. Ronnie, did you notice AMC deleted the season 9 trailer from the YouTube channel? Listen, they've done that with all their trailers, and except for like 2 of them, and I don't know why. I don't know. Because they used to have all the trailers up there, but then I noticed they would delete them. And I think there was one trailer they even re-uploaded, which doesn't make any damn sense. So,
we just
I don't
skipped
know.
a lot of... Juliet, what's your favorite
Well, that's because we're
song?
ending this, and I want to look for the last couple questions.
My favorite song is,
Stop with the soda right now and set it
I have
down.
no more in it.
We'll set it down.
My favorite...
You're right. That is... You're a weirdo.
My favorite song is Let It Go. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know that she's 8. I don't think she knows song titles. I don't even know song titles that much.
I like that. I don't know.
Song?
Here,
Just say
guys,
how it goes.
Please remind me. I forget this song. It goes like... It starts off with, "Oh, baby, I'm getting something tonight." But I don't know the title, so I can't look it up. It was one of my favorite songs. Guys, if you know a thing that's like starts with, "Oh, baby, I'm getting something tonight," like something that means like any word. I just forget. Please tell me the title if you know.
You must listen to Panamore. I don't know what that is.
Baby, I'm getting...
All right, last question, honey. What is your favorite movie and TV show?
I don't have any, so...
Yeah, I can't remember a lot. She was big on movies for a little bit, and I can't even remember her watching any TV shows, though. Favorite food. Favorite food.
I don't have one. I already got that already.
You don't have... Oh, I'm sorry. All right. That's pretty much it. We went...
No, one last question.
What? No, quickly, because we...
I need to know what the song name is.
Name of the song,
Oh,
Animal.
baby,
Juliet,
oh.
stop. It's Animals by
Oh my
Imagine
God,
Dragons.
It is. Oh my God, it is.
Ronnie, what do you even like about fear?
Ow, baby,
That's a loaded question. I mean, just take that screenshot. You got it? For anyone, man, to make it... Chill now. Chill. For anyone wanting to make a funny clip, just take that, me reading the question, and then going silent for a pause. But the thing with Fear is I didn't like it. That's why I wanted to stop watching it. You know what I'm saying? And then recently I started liking it because the story was going better. Up until this, I think this episode is probably the worst episode, in my opinion, as far as how I've liked it, of the entire season. I have had disagreements with some of the decisions they made, but I'm waiting to see how the season concludes and what they do with those choices to tell whether or not I really like it. You know what I'm saying? Because it really matters on where they're headed. You know what I mean? But last thing, because we really got to shut it down.
What is it called again?
Animals by Imagine Dragons. No, that wasn't the doorbell. We don't have a doorbell. That was her whatever she was, the game, whatever that was. Oh yeah, Juliet, root beer with vanilla ice cream. That's a root beer float. She's had one of those when she was younger. Yeah, she doesn't
I
remember
don't
much.
remember the taste.
All right, so yeah, next Sunday we're gonna be back here. This is way too long, like an hour and 40-minute live stream. So I promised we'd keep them around an hour, but we were just. Did you just fart? Oh my God, you're a beast. You're a beast. Let me check. So thank you to everyone who donated.
When you fart, your butthole talks.
Thank you for everyone who donated. I apologize for the end of this video. That is like a dead animal.
I can't smell anything.
Thank you guys for the donations, keeping the channel afloat. Thank you for the Patreon support, the Super Chat support, the mods holding it down in the channel. And thank you guys coming out. Give it another watch for a live stream. You guys let me know if in the future if you want to keep these strictly The Walking Dead when The Walking Dead episode is on, or do you want to do it where the beginning kicks off as the episode and maybe we 30 minutes through, if there's not much to talk about, then we start breaking off into mini topics that are prepared. Just a thought. You know, think about that a little bit. If it's something you like, let me know. If it's something you don't really care about and you want to just wing the conversation, that's fine. So, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow because I got a video I want to put up tomorrow with a couple mini... shut that off right now. Don't ever do that again. I got a couple...
I didn't know it was that loud.
No, you can't play it on YouTube at all or the video gets flagged. It's some real stupid thing. I'll explain it later so you know. Yeah, so... keep a lookout for that. I'm going to shut up so I can put this kid to bed because I just realized I kept her up till 12:30 at night. Oh, you're going to bed after I... and then you'll be out. Have a good night, guys. Get off of me.
Sleep with one eye open.
Say goodbye. I'm waiting so I can shut it off. Good night, guys. You say goodbye. Your turn. Look at your dyes in your forehead now. You look like a moron, yo.
What do you mean, where?
You don't see yourself? Your forehead is dyed. Look at this. Look at that right there. Well, maybe that's me. Maybe I'm the dummy. Look at me.
I don't see
Go look in the mirror right now. That you got green on your forehead.
No.
Okay.
The mirror has a ring girl in it.
The mirror has the ring girl? All right, I got to go to the bathroom to protect her from the monster in the mirror. Oh my God. Oh wait, hold on.
I've been looking in the
wait, real quick, hush. Last question. Would you ever consider making a superhero comic series? Would love to see your mind flourish in a superhero series. Know you don't like most Marvel movies, so seeing your take would be dope, fam. The only reason I'm saying, last question is because, yes, I am absolutely interested in making a superhero story. I already have something kind of outlined because it's been an idea. Every time I get a specific thought, I add to the binder. And right now the working title is Life Among Them, and it starts off through the perspective of a normal person in a different, world, kind of like ours. And superheroes are a newer phenomenon in the world, and it follows essentially the origin of a average person in this world gaining superpowers, but the interesting thing to this is it's done in a more realistic light, so nothing at all like Marvel movies or DC movies or what we've seen. There's a lot of elements that show how it would be terrifying to be approached by somebody with superpowers. There's a nighttime scene that I have written out that's supposed to be just scary as shit, and so after that setup, the basic idea follows this normal person who gains superpowers, but the thing is, the people who are here with superpowers, they don't want that because they can't trust it. You can't gauge with how strong they get or yada, yada, yada. So there's this whole thing where you see this rise of the superhero that has beef with some of the other heroes there. And it's not like Superman, Batman beef. Like, this is real. Like, one of them would really die. It's more darker and gritty and realistic, but in a fun, interesting way, and a totally different look into superheroes, I feel, just because it's something that is coming from someone who doesn't like usually the type of superhero stuff that is out there now. So it's different in that aspect. But that's something for another day. You guys let me know if you like that idea or not. So love you guys. See you later.